This is Honors Algebra 2 Pre-Calculus. We're doing 9.7 in Pre-Calc, which is probability. On page 679 of your textbook, you'll see that the complement of an event A consists of all outcomes in the sample space not in A, and is denoted as A prime. So the probability of A, meaning the probability A happens, plus the probability of A prime, meaning the probability that A doesn't happen, is 1. Because, essentially, A prime encompasses literally every other outcome that does not include A happening. So if you wanted to find the probability of a complement, you could do it by doing 1 minus the probability of the event. As an example, if there's a 40% chance of snow today, then the probability of not snow is 1 minus 40%, which is 60%. It is not the probability of sunshine, or the probability of rain, or the probability of wind. It is literally the probability of not snow. So it could be sunny, it could be rainy, it could be windy, it could be anything that is not snow, okay? So we're going to do a quick example of finding a probability using a complement. So all right, so this should be example 8, I think, but I'm totally guessing, so if I'm wrong, I apologize. All right. We're actually going to use an example in the book. So again, on page 679, but this is actually example 11 in the book. All right. A manufacturer has determined that a machine averages 1 faulty unit for every 1,000 it produces. What is the probability that an order of 200 units will have 1 or more faulty units? Okay, so here's the logic behind this, right? The easier way to figure this out is what's the probability that there are no faulty units, right? Because having 1 or more faulty units is the complement of having no faulty units. So essentially, if we call A as an event no faulty units, right? We know that 1 in 1,000 is faulty, which means 999 in 1,000 are not faulty. So the probability that there are no faulty units in 200 units would be a 999 over 1,000 times itself 200 times, like one of these for each of the 200 units, right? So if you type this in your calculator, right, you're going to get that 999 divided by 1,000, right? And then to the 20th, you're going to get, oh, sorry, not to the 20th, my bad. To the 2,000, or 200th, my bad. It's been a long day. And you're going to get that there is an 81.864 or 5% chance. So essentially, you get that the probability that there are no faulty units is 0.81864 right? And maybe a 5 if you want to truncate. So what that means is the probability of A prime, which would mean the same as saying the probability that at least 1 is faulty, right? That would be 1 minus the probability that none of them are faulty. So the probability that at least 1 is faulty is going to be a 1 minus this number. Now I'm lazy, so instead of doing that, I'm just going to do minus 1, and then I'll change the sign. So it's a 0.18135, etc. So I would say 18.135%. Okay, so that's the probability that none of the unit, or that at least one of the units is faulty, right? So again, much easier to find the complement here, to find how it would be if nothing was wrong, and then say, oh, well, the complement of nothing being wrong is anything at all being wrong.